Sri Guru Datta.
Jai Guru Datta, 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 Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyay Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your hosts Rishi Nirvan Barup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music, and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadgurudeva Pujya Shri Swamiji, as this show, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji now in worship.
श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती, श्री गुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः, श्री गणपति सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीभूयुत श्रीहरिचिह्निताभ्याम् अगस्त्यरेखादिभिरञ्चिताभ्याम् निगूढबीजाक्षरमुद्रिताभ्याम् नमो नमः सद्गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। गणपति गुरुमेकं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं, विबुधनिवहसेव्यं योगमार्गाधिरूढं, शरणमुपगतानामार्तिसङ्घाद्रिवज्रं मम हृदयनिवासं भक्तिनम्रो नमामि, भक्तिनम्रो नमामि।
Once again, everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's edition of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couver, Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Mayaro Road, San Fernando.
Last week on Datta Arpanam, the Dashavatara series resumed with an introduction to the Lord's Avatara as Kalki Swami, a form which the Lord assumes during every Kali Yuga.
In Kali Yuga, evil and impure tendencies are rampant. Kali resides where such tendencies are found. He resides in the hearts and houses of people who abuse parents and guru, in the houses of ungrateful persons, in the houses of drunkards, in the homes of persons who engage in forbidden acts, and in the houses of people who covet things belonging to others.
Lord Sri Hari, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, told Arjuna that in every yuga, when adharma is on the rise, he takes on a form with the purpose of re-establishing dharma. And this is why the Lord incarnates as Kalki during every Kali Yuga. The main objective of Kalki Avatara is to save living beings from the effects of Kali and to re-establish dharma.
Now, having recapped last week's introduction to Kalki Swami, today's contemplation upon that Lord can officially begin. As always though, today's contemplation will begin with the worship of Lord Ganapati. Please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com, enter Bhajan ID number 50 and join Puja Appaji in glorifying Lord Ganapati.
ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಗೆ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಗೆ
ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಯೇ
ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ
ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಯೇ
ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಗೆ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಗೆ
ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಯೇ
ಕರ್ತಾಧರ್ತ ಸಂಹರ್ತ
ಕರ್ತಾಧರ್ತ ಸಂಹರ್ತ
ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷಂ ತ್ವಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸಿ
ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷಂ ತ್ವಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸಿ
ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷಂ ತ್ವಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸಿ
ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷಂ ತ್ವಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಸಿ
ಜ್ಞಾನಮಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಮಯ
ಜ್ಞಾನಮಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಮಯ
ಮೂಲಾಧಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಶಕ್ತ
ಮೂಲಾಧಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಶಕ್ತ
ಮೂಲಾಧಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಶಕ್ತ
ಮೂಲಾಧಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಶಕ್ತ ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ಓಂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಗಣಪತಯೇ ವರವರದ ಶುಭದ ಗಣಪತಯೇ
ತತ್ತೋ ಲೋಕಾತ್ರಿತಗೀಯಂ
त्वत्तो लोकत्रितयीयम्
प्रभवति तिष्ठति लयमेति
प्रभवति तिष्ठति लयमेति
त्वत्तो लोकात्रितगीयम्
त्वत्तो लोकत्रितयीयम्
प्रभवति तिष्ठति लयमेति
प्रभवति तिष्ठति लयमेति
भूतं भौतिकजातमिदं
भूतं भौतिकजातमिदम्
सच्चिदानन्द ते रूपं
सच्चिदानन्द ते रूपम्
सच्चिदानन्द ते रूपं
सच्चिदानन्द ते रूपम् ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये वरवरद शुभद गणपतये ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये वरवरद शुभद गणपतये
वरवरद शुभद गणपतये
वरवरद शुभद गणपतये
गम गम गणपति जय जय जय
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 गम गम गणपति जयम जयम
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 गम गण Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam. Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam. Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Gam Gam Ganapati Jayam Jayam.
Jayam 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 Jayam.
What a fabulous and invigorating way to officially begin today's episode of Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to this morning's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Debe Supermart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. As we prepare for today's contemplation, please join in worshipping Naranarayana Maharishis, Goddess Saraswati, and Sage Vyasa.
Narayanam namaskritya naran chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayeta. According to our Hindu scriptures, Lord Sri Hari's incarnation as Kalki happened in previous Kali Yugas. That incarnation will also definitely happen in this Kali Yuga.
In each Kali Yuga, Mother Earth reaches the point where she is unable to bear the atrocities of all the wicked people. She goes to Lord Brahma and prays to him, asking him to lighten the weight of demons on earth. In other words, she asks him to reduce the number of demons on earth.
Lord Brahma in turn goes to Lord Vishnu and offers those same prayers at the Lord's divine feet. Lord Vishnu then discloses his plan to Lord Brahma.
Lord Vishnu tells Lord Brahma that in the village known as Shampala village, he, Lord Vishnu, would be born along with 3 brothers to the pious couple Sumati and Vishnu Yasha. As has been already discussed, the Lord incarnated in this way in previous Kali Yugas and will do so again near the end of this Kali Yuga on the auspicious day of Vaishakha Shuddha Dwadashi. For the purposes of today's program, however, the story of Kalki Avatara will be told as if referring to a previous Kali Yuga.
Vedas tell us that the entire Kali Eon is 432,000 years long. There is still a lot of time before this Kali Yuga draws to an end, so we should not live in fear. Instead, when we have prior information about any impending danger, then we should do what we can to save ourselves. And when you are unable to save yourself, then at least pray to God to save you. Never develop the attitude that I cannot save myself, so I might as well do bad things. Thinking in this way is not only wrong, but it is also sinful.
It is really surprising that even though people are made aware of the consequences of their current actions, many, or at least some, are satisfied with the momentary enjoyment of the fruits of those current bad deeds. Telling them about the future dangerous consequences of this bad deed still does not stop them from doing such bad deeds. Many are happier with the momentary pleasure the deeds give and ignore the inevitable future punishments. Listeners, just like Lord Varaha, Lord Narasimha, Lord Rama, and Lord Krishna destroyed only the evil in society, thereby saving the righteous, so too Kalki Avatara does not harm righteous persons.
And if you are thinking, well, it's not yet nearing the end of Kali Yuga, so I do not have to worry about Kalki Avatara, think about this. Previously, you have heard the word Vasana on Datta Arpanam. A Vasana is a habitual tendency brought about by a mental imprint from a past life. What does this mean? Well, it means that if you live your life always doing bad things, saying bad things about others, doing bad things to others, etc., then in your next birth, assuming that you are fortunate enough to be blessed with a human birth, those tendencies which are difficult to overcome will follow you. You grow more and more towards demonhood.
But the Lord is compassionate. Even if you are the most wicked of the wicked, as you have heard on Datta Arpanam several times before, Sri Krishna said in Shloka 30 of chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita,
Api chet sururacharaha bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Listeners, if you firm up your resolve to change your bad habits into good ones, if you firm up your resolve to live by the teachings of Sadgurudeva Paramapuja Sri Swamiji, if you firm up your resolve to travel towards God, then He will look after you. Your devotion alone will ensure that positive changes happen in you. Do not wait. Let that positive change start today.
And an excellent tool to help in that regard is Nama Sankirtanam. So everyone, please open your Bhajanmala app or visit the Bhajanmala website once again. This time, enter Bhajan ID number 334 and join in worshipping Annapurna Devi. May that goddess of nourishment bless us by nourishing our intellect with the knowledge of the Self, knowledge of Paramatman.
अन्नपूर्णे सदा पूर्णे शंकर प्राणवल्लभे ज्ञान वैराग्य सिद्ध्यर्थम् भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती.
अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा साददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा. 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 अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा साददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा.
जयतु पावना जयतु शोभना जयतु पावना जयतु शोभना जयतु निस्तुला जयतु निश्चला जयतु निस्तुला जयतु निश्चला जयतु पावना जयतु शोभना जयतु पावना जयतु शोभना जयतु निस्तुला जयतु निश्चला जयतु निस्तुला जयतु निश्चला अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा स्वापराधनी मोक्षतत्परा स्वापराधनी मोक्षतत्परा अन्नदानस दीक्षिता परा अन्नदानस दीक्षिता परा व्यासगर्वणी वासनिष्ठुरा व्यासगर्वणी वासनिष्ठुरा सच्चिदानंद श्री नित्यभासुरा सच्चिदानंद श्री नित्यभासुरा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा अन्नपूर्णा ज्ञानपूर्णा सा ददातु मे धियमुदीर्णा
When Parama Puja Sri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji feeds us with bhajans like the one you just heard, none of us has to fear the effects of Kali Yuga. Simply keep listening to Puja Appaji's bhajans, keep singing his bhajans, and have the faith that you are looked after.
True, we must all face our karma. But here is the difference which faith in Sadguru Deva makes. Imagine an accountant is told that a hospital is short-staffed, so he must perform surgery on a patient the next morning. That accountant immediately develops anxiety, worry, fear even. How will he be ready in time? How will he do this? What if it all goes wrong? He's almost certain it will all go wrong. Now think of a veteran surgeon being told the same thing. He must perform the same surgery on the same patient the next morning. The surgeon has done the surgery so many times before that he is confident in his ability to do it yet again. As a result, he feels none of what the accountant feels in the same situation. He feels no anxiety, no fear, no worry. The faith that the surgeon has in his ability, or the faith that he has in his own knowledge of the procedure which he would be required to do, that faith gives him that sense of calm. Similarly, when we have faith in Sadguru, whatever tests we must face in this lifetime, that test will not even feel like a test. We will be able to face it with calm confidence, just as that surgeon did. This is the power of faith.
You are listening to Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Swamiji and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Koke Supermart Limited. You heard today that on Vaishaka Shuddha Dwadashi, near the end of Kali Yuga, Lord Sri Hari incarnated as Kalki Avatara, as Lord Kalki, in the home of Sumati and Vishnu Yasha. That baby was incredibly radiant and had 4 arms. His parents, unable to tolerate such radiance, pleaded with the Lord and asked him to take the form of a normal child, with 2 hands. As he did in previous incarnations, when similar prayers were offered by his devotees, Lord Vishnu agreed and changed his form to that of a child with 2 arms.
Goddess Shashti, who not only blesses couples with children but also assists in the birth of children and protects children, Goddess Shashti protected the child Kalki. Durga Mata cut the umbilical cord, and Savitri Devi bathed the child with the waters of Ganga.
The 7 immortals, so Ashvatthama, Bali, Vyasa, Hanuman, Vibhishana, Kripacharya, and Parashurama, these 7 immortals came to the child's naming ceremony in bhikshu form, in the form of beggars, and they named him Kalki.
Remembering these 7 immortals daily, but especially on our birthday, grants us good health and longevity. So, before we continue with today's story, let us collectively remember these 7 immortals. You can find the words to this mantra by entering mantra ID number 2305 on the Bhajan Mala app and scrolling down to prayer number 14.
Ashvatthama Balirvyaso Hanumamscha Vibhishanaha Krupah Parashuramascha Saptaite Chirajivinaha.
The 7 immortals, Ashvatthama, Bali, Vyasa, Hanuman, Vibhishana, Kripacharya, and Parashurama, as you heard a little while ago, were the ones who assigned the name Kalki to the son of Sumati and Vishnu Yasha. One day, as the child Kalki was growing up, his father, Vishnu Yasha, hinted to him about the real intention of his incarnation. The truth, though, is that Kalki actually pretended that he had forgotten until his father made him remember the real intention behind his incarnation.
Vishnu Yasha sat with Kalki and told him about the horrendous and dreadful circumstances which were prevailing in Kali Yuga. Kalki, he said, you have incarnated to bring about a change in these circumstances.
Kalki, after listening to his father, obediently agreed to bring about a positive change in Kali Yuga. He was determined to fulfill the role of his incarnation.
And listeners, we must ask ourselves, what is the role of our incarnations? Are we here on earth to enjoy worldly pleasures, to seek money, fame, sexual gratification, etc.? Or were we blessed by a remarkably compassionate Lord so that we could have a human birth and use this human birth to uplift ourselves spiritually?
On the free app SGS Post, Pujya Appaji has said that we are empowered just by being human. So, as he has also said on SGS Post, use this human birth wisely. How? Well, again, through SGS Post, a free app which contains priceless gems of life coaching, Pujya Appaji gives the answer. Fill the mind with thoughts of Guru. Don't gamble. Do charity without expecting praise. Serve selflessly. Never participate in disruptive behavior. Yield to the needs of others. Be helpful and friendly. Add cheer to every situation. Do not remain idle. Each day is precious. Draw the mind inward, freed from outer turbulence. Listen to your conscience. Be a responsible citizen. Listeners, if you do not already have the SGS Post app, download it today. Download it now. It will guide you towards fulfilling the goal of this birth.
As Pujya Appaji has also said on SGS Posts, focus on finding your purpose in life, on making friendships with saints and gurus, studying good books, and participating in satsangs. Do not immerse yourself in worrying about your death and amassing unnecessary possessions. Listeners, Kalki Avatara's purpose was to abolish adharma and establish dharma. Our task is much simpler. All we have to do is, as the logo of SGS Post says, be good and do good. Spend your time trying to develop a close relationship with God and Guru. Then you would have lived this life well.
And do not worry if you, for one reason or another, feel that this life is drawing to an end for you. Start the positive change now. Even if moksha or liberation does not happen when you leave this particular physical body, in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, in shlokas 41 to 44 of that chapter, Sri Krishna gave us the reassurance that any efforts put forward in this lifetime will not go to waste. The Lord said,
Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yogam bhrashto bhijayate athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam etadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadidrisham tatra tam buddhi samyogam labhate paurvadehikam yatate chatato bhuyaha samsiddhau kuru nandana purvabhyasena tenaiva hriyate hyavashopi saha jignasurapi yogasya shabdam brahmati vartate. To summarize, in these shlokas, the Lord answers Arjuna's question about what happens to the one who begins his journey towards Godhead but does not realize God in this birth. The Lord replied, giving different possibilities. One possibility is that the person can reach higher or meritorious worlds, and then, after living there for many years, they take birth in the homes of the wealthy and the pure.
If that doesn't happen, then another possibility is the person is reborn into a lineage of yogis who are blessed with supreme knowledge. If this happens, and it is rare that it does, the first possibility is more likely. But if one happens to be born into a lineage of yogis, then he or she will once again attain the knowledge that they had acquired in a previous birth, and they will try to strive for even more accomplishment, spiritual accomplishment that is, than they had attained in their previous birth.
Listeners, a person's relentless efforts or abhyasa from his past births relentlessly pull him towards the Lord. This is because even a little sadhana undertaken with the goal of knowing the Lord bears fruit. Remember what Sri Krishna said in Shloka 31 of chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita, Name bhaktaf pranashyati. My devotee, and my here refers to the Lord's, not specifically Sri Krishna's, my devotee never perishes.
So everyone, if you have already started the journey towards knowing the Supreme Soul, Paramatman, which I suspect you have if you are tuned into this hour of religious contemplation, so if you have already begun this journey, then intensify your efforts without, as Pujya Appaji's mother and guru Mata Jayalakshmi taught him, do not let your efforts inconvenience others.
And for those of you who are yet to commit to this journey towards God, why not start today? And why not start with a beautiful bhajan? Remember what was said last week on Datta Arpanam. In other eons, there were much more rigorous efforts needed to reach God. But in this age of Kali, just singing the names of the Lord with devotion can lead you straight to His divine feet. So everyone, please open the Bhajanmala app or website once again. This time open it to Bhajan ID number 1301 and sing with love, devotion and surrender as you worship Lord Shiva through song.
Gangadhara Shiva Ganapati Pitane Gauri Manohara Nanjunda. Gangadhara Shiva Ganapati Pitane Gauri Manohara Nanjunda. ನಂದಿವಾಗನ ನಂಬಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನನು ನಮ್ಮನು ಕಾಯು ನಂಜುಂಡ. ನಂದಿವಾಗನ ನಂಬಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನನು ನಮ್ಮನು ಕಾಯು ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಕಾಲ ಕಾಲನೆ ಕಾಳಯ ಮನನ ಗಾಳ ಕಾಲನೆ ಕಾಳಯ ಮನನ ಪಾಶವ ಮುರಿದವ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಪಾಶವ ಮುರಿದವ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಜಂಗಮ ರೂಪವ ಜಂಗಮ ರೂಪವ ತಾಳುತ ಜಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಂಗಮ ರೂಪವ ತಾಳುತ ಜಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗವು ಧರಿಪ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಜಗವು ಧರಿಪ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಮೂರು ಕಣ್ಣವ ಮುಕ್ಕಣ್ಣನನು ಮೂರ್ಜಗ ಒಗಳುವ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಮೂರು ಕಣ್ಣವ ಮುಕ್ಕಣ್ಣನನು ಮೂರ್ಜಗ ಒಗಳುವ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಸರ್ವ ಭಕ್ತರ ದೇವರ ದೇವನೇ ಸರ್ವ ಭಕ್ತರ ದೇವರ ದೇವನೇ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದನೆ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದನೆ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ. ಗಂಗಾ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ಶಿವ ಗಣಪತಿ ಪಿತನೆ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ ಗೌರಿ ಮನೋಹರ ನಂಜುಂಡ.
Today we have been speaking about Lord Sri Hari's incarnation as Kalki Avatara, yet the bhajan you just heard was a Lord Shiva bhajan. How come? Well, first of all, Pujya Appaji has said that one sins by thinking of Shiva and Vishnu as different. But there was another reason that Lord Shiva was worshipped today. Today is a very special day for local devotees of an incarnation of that Lord.
That's right. Today is the anniversary of the consecration of the 85-foot Lord Hanuman Murti. So while we encourage you to tune in to next Sunday's episode of Datta Arpanam starting at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time right here on 103.1 FM, in the meantime, you are encouraged to stay tuned in now as we join in worshipping Lord Hanuman.
ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ. ಜಯ ಜಯ ಮೂಲ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಮೂಲ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ. ಓಕೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್. ಜಯ ಜಯ ಮೂಲ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಮೂಲ ಪ್ರಾಣೇಶ. ಮೂಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಪರಿನಾಶ ಮೂಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಪರಿನಾಶ. ಜಯ ಜಯ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನೇಶ ಜಯ ಜಯ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನೇಶ. ಶುದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾಸ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾಸ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾಸ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾಸ. ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ. ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿವೇಚನ ಕಪಿವೀರ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿವೇಚನ ಕಪಿವೀರ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿವೇಚನ ಕಪಿವೀರ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿವೇಚನ ಕಪಿವೀರ. ಸ್ನೇಹ ಗುಣಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಮ ಸಖ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಗುಣಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಮ ಸಖ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಗುಣಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಮ ಸಖ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಗುಣಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಮ ಸಖ. ಕಾಂತಿಮಯಾದ್ಭುತ ಕಮನೀಯ ಕಾಂತಿಮಯಾದ್ಭುತ ಕಮನೀಯ ಕಾಂತಿಮಯಾದ್ಭುತ ಕಮನೀಯ ಕಾಂತಿಮಯಾದ್ಭುತ ಕಮನೀಯ. ಅಪ್ರತಿಗತ ಗತಿ ಸಂಪನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರತಿಗತ ಗತಿ ಸಂಪನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರತಿಗತ ಗತಿ ಸಂಪನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರತಿಗತ ಗತಿ ಸಂಪನ್ನ. ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಜಗದಾಪ್ಯಾಯನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ ವಿಮಲ ನಿರಂಜನ ಆಂಜನೇಯ. ತೊಂಗಿ ಮರುತ್ಸತ ನಾಮಾಸಿ ತೊಂಗಿ ಮರುತ್ಸತ ನಾಮಾಸಿ ಅಖಿಲ ಮರುದ್ಗಣ ಸಾರೋಸಿ ಅಖಿಲ ಮರುದ್ಗಣ ಸಾರೋಸಿ. ದುಃಖ ನಿವಾರಣ ಶಿಲೋಸಿ
విమల నిరంజన ఆంజనేయ జగదాప్యాయన ఆంజనేయ విమల నిరంజన ఆంజనేయ జగదాప్యాయన ఆంజనేయ हनुमान त्वं रिपु संहारी हनुमान त्वं रिपु संहारी हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी हरिहर रूप शुभकारी हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी वेद शिखा तट संचारी वेद शिखा संचारी सच्चिदानंद स्थितिधारी सच्चिदानंद स्थितिधारी जगदाप्यायन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय जगदाप्यायन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय जगदाप्यायन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय विमल निरंजन आंजनेय जय बोलो वीर हनुमान की जय पवन सुत हनुमंत की
Jai Hanuman.
Jai. Listeners, thank you for joining us on Datta Arpanam today for a continued story of Lord Kalki.
By the grace of Datta Prabhu, next week you will hear more about Lord Sri Hari's incarnation as Kalki. In the meantime, in honor of International Yoga Day 2024, this year the Sri Dattatreya Yoga Center will be hosting a special yoga program on the day after International Yoga Day. So that's on June 22nd, 2024.
That's right. On Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, starting at 9 a.m. and running until 12 noon, there will be a special yoga session taking place at the Sri Dattatreya Yoga Center, home of the 85-foot Lord Hanuman Murti in Karapi, Chaima. The program is suitable for persons as young as 6 years of age, but there is no upper age limit. Just wear comfortable clothing and bring your yoga mat and water bottle and join in this invigorating yet relaxing yoga session.
No prior yoga experience is required, and don't worry if you cannot sit on the floor. You can sit on a chair and do your yoga. In that case though, still bring a mat to place under your feet when you sit.
To register for the yoga class, please check out the Sri Dattatreya Yoga Center Karapi Chaima Facebook page or the Datta Arpanam Facebook page. There you will find a flyer with contact information as well as a registration link. Pre-registration is required for participation.
Once again, the date is Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, and the time is 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Pujya Appaji has said that we should practice yoga daily. So take advantage of sessions like these which will help you in your yoga practice.
And on that note, we begin to wrap up today's episode of Datta Arpanam.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji and Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Pujya Appaji and Sri Swamiji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam. Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing your Sunday morning with us.
Remember, if you would like to listen to today's offering again, the podcast will be uploaded to 103.1 FM's website by tomorrow evening. Simply visit www.103fm.tt, click on podcasts and scroll down to Datta Arpanam. Alternatively, you can also access the link via the Datta Arpanam Facebook page.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
निर्मायं सद्रूपं धरतु
निर्मायं सद्रूपं धरतु
निरतिशयं मे मोक्षं भवतु
निरतिशयं मे मोक्षं भवतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
रविकुल तिलक कविकुल हृदय
कविकुल तिलक कविकुल हृदय
तामस वासन मपनय त्वरया
तामस वासनमपनय त्वरया
मोहद मोहित मुग्ध मनोमयि
मोहद मोहित मुग्ध मनोमयि
शोधय संसाराब्धिं तारय
शोधय संसाराब्धिं तारय
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
राजवर प्रवर श्री प्रियकर
राजवर प्रवर श्री प्रियकर
राजसवासित कर्म समुद्धर
राजसवासित कर्म समुद्धर
रागजलोभं द्वेषज क्रोधं
रागजलोभं द्वेषज क्रोधं
दाहय दुष्फलमाबीजम्
दाहय दुष्फलमाबीजम्
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
सज्जन सत्वर साधित सदया
सज्जन सत्वर साधित सदया
सत्वगुणं परिणामय कृपया
सत्त्वगुणं परिणामय कृपया
श्रावित ब्रह्मणि ज्ञानं प्रापय
श्रावित ब्रह्मणि ज्ञानं प्रापय
निर्गुण सच्चिदानन्दं दापय
निर्गुण सच्चिदानन्दं दापय
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
तन्माया रूपं गिलतु
निर्मायं सद्रूपं धरतु
निर्मायं सद्रूपं धरतु
निरतिशयं मे मोक्षं भवतु
निरतिशयं मे मोक्षं भवतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
श्रीरामं चित्तं भजतु
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्